Right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Let's get ready to go live. How about we go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not opposed to it. What about you, dear Wayfarer? You ready to go live with Frank Monday Jive? Live for 5 on the Live Jive archive with your host, Frank Monday, coming at you once again like Finnegan from the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, Twilight Zone, Old Peking, deep within the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, far behind the bamboo firewall. About to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath, Wayfarer. Hold it for a moment and command yourself to relax. Yeah, just a relaxing evening here with Frank Monday. On a Friday? Might be a Friday for you Wayfarers out there in the past, but it is indeed a Saturday morning, a Satyrian morning here for Frank Monday in the Central Kingdom. So wherever you are, Wayfarer, Wanderer, Wizard, Warrior, or Wildcat alike, welcome back. Time for a little downtime with Frank Monday, chilling in the sanctuary of the spirit, where salacious, surreptitious, surreal machinations are uncovered. Wayfarer, we're going to be getting into the Book of Thoth today. It's a tarot deck that's been a big part of my history, but I've never really had anything to do with it. So today I'm going to unbox one. I purchased one for myself and to share with you, Wayfarer, beloved. And so if it is your first time, please don't let it be your last time. Do all the things that make YouTube bark like Pavlov's dog. We got to keep them barking, right? Ruff, ruff, ruff. Don't you love hearing the dogs out there in the yard barking for your attention, right? They want to interact with you. They want you to come out there and play ball with your doggy dog. Throw the stick, baby. No being old, stick in the mud. Be a lively, active, supple sprout. Flexible and engaged, man. Living in the moment. Soft and supple. Just like your old friend and well-wisher Frank Monday. Soft and supple when I'm transmitting to you. When I'm engaged here, though, man, I got that old magic wand fired up and ready to go, engaging with the world, banging up against obstacles, some overwhelmingly stubborn and hostile. Others are collaborative forces that like to interact in a positive and useful manner. Oh, that's some good black magic right there, baby. You don't know about it, but I got the 100% money back guarantee. I got a guarantee on this medium dark roast Colombian Supremo whole bean 100% Arabica Colombian coffee, rich and smooth. Man, I got it from Trader Joe's. No, not Trader Joe's. Trader Sam, old Sam's Club. They're fair trade certified. Improves the lives of family farmers and guaranteeing that their prices, safe labor conditions, and protection of the environment. They buy directly from growers in Colombia. ¿Cómo está tu hermanos? No, servietos. No, that's a napkin. ¿Cómo está and buenos dias to everyone in the Colombian familia? Right, whether you be a senor or a señorita, we welcome both here, senors and senoritas. They, with this fair trade practice, they're enabling you to earn higher incomes, invest in the quality of your products, and build thriving communities that they say should last for generations to come. So I can appreciate that. Another sup of that old black magic and take a deep breath. Oh, just command yourself to relax and take it easy for tonight because we're in no hurry to get it done, man. We got a brand new Book of Thoth by Aliaster Crowley, the Wicked Beast himself. Holy smokes, guys, I'm going to run the intro. I got to plug my phone in. I just realized I'm down to 1% energy. How did that happen? It's just to check the backup feed anyway, though, because we are transmitting to you from the laptop today. Hope that sound quality's coming in okay. If you're out there in Happy Land, give me a high five. Let me know if I'm being heard. And if not, I don't know. I'll try to figure something out. I got the good microphone. Let's see, piece by piece, we're going to get it done. We got to roll back that music first. Roll it back to zero. How about that? Wow, that was sudden and abrasive. But that's okay. Occasionally, something like that happens. The blasted tower, right? You're shocked out of your complacency. And let's see if this will play on the first try. What do you think? You think it'll do it? Do you think
It's another
StreamYard
one of
is
those old Frank
responding?
Monday
Yes,
productions
the
coming
magic.
at ya.
Jesus is the Christ. Jesus is the Savior. Jesus is the Almighty God.
Jesus is the Almighty God.
Jesus is the Lord.
Jesus is the Lord of Lords.
Jesus is the King of Kings.
Okay, guys, our next comedian is a bit of a treat, to be honest. It is a bit of a treat. He's been away for 3 years. He is now back from the dead. Well, America. Give a big round of applause for Frank Monday. Did anyone want to repeat that?
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that shit. Nick's a good man. You know what that's like, being a good man. It's tough in a fucking city like this, though. You know, nobody gives a fuck. They're like, God damn, that's some crazy shit. Motherfucker wearing high heels and shit. Looking good, too, huh? Yeah, you guys like that. That's all right. It's okay to fall down occasionally. I do that sometimes. All right, being back in the Jing is pretty fucking nerve-wracking. You know, performing for 4 minutes straight. The only other time I get this anxious when I gotta perform for 4 minutes straight is when I gotta make love to my wife.
Onion ring. Yeah, they're all right.
Hey, be watching for the Star Wars blog Rebellion coming out in December. You'll love it. It's follow-up to the award-winning Generations. Oh yeah. There you go, Frank.
Here's my burger. All right. That kind of sets the tone for the show, right? That's old Frank Monday, chilling like a villain, able and willing, right? So it goes, man, when you're from the hood. From the hood, motherfucker. Born on the border of Compton and Long Beach, raised in the inner city of LA, man. That's how I got to know everyone. On to my south and left were all the Mexicans. North was all the insane Crip gang motherfuckers running around causing trouble. If I went west, I'd run into the Hawaiians and Samoans. You know, you had to watch your back, man. Growing up in the city, every hood you went into, it was like get whitey, surrounded, entrenched, battle on four sides. That's okay though. There was always home at center, right? Just come back to center, where white was right. Growing up in the hood, y'all hoodies too, man. When any of you motherfuckers grow up in Los Angeles or Chicago, maybe New York, the boroughs, right, where you're taught to believe that you're alone in your endeavors, but you're not. We're connecting. It's just we're having connection problems already. Already, I guess you shouldn't talk here on YouTube. Oops, connection lost. Rebooting, rebuffing, connection lost. Can you hear me? Connection lost, reboot. So we are disconnecting you from the internet temporarily your until you straighten up what you say online. Be wary, Wayfarer. We have a close eye on you, even though you reach a very small audience. We'd like for that audience to stay asleep. We are having technical difficulties. We may or may not reboot your channel depending on how we interpret the rhetoric you just spieled here online. Don't be spilling tea on the robots. The robots are watching you. Okay, welcome back, Wayfarer. Looks like we are reconnected. What did I have to do? Oh, I had to plug in my phone. I did that. I got my Book of Thoth ready for you, man. We're 10 minutes in and I still haven't unboxed it. You're probably sitting there on the edge of your fucking chair, screaming and yelling, pounding the table, right? Throwing back shot after shot of Jack Daniels or some comparable whiskey, wondering what the fuck, Frank Monday, when are you going to turn on the camera and get down to the unboxing? Well, here in a moment, Wayfarer, you know, we've got business to take care of. We got to clean house. We got to let everybody know where they can find us over at www.imnotacriminal.com/Frank Monday. Buy me a coffee, guys. Go over there, get it done. Put a little something in the tip jar. Let me know that you love me. Yeah, I think I got a notice on my phone telling me that someone had visited me on Buy Me a Coffee. So that will be the next order of business, guys. After I get done with this live stream, I'm going to go over there and check that out. See what wonderful Wayfarer stopped by and said hello. So thank you for that, Wayfarer. I'm looking forward to seeing who that was, man. That's kind of exciting. Like that's those are few and far between when Frank Monday gets a little something on Buy Me a Coffee, right? Put the lead in my pencil, the pep in my step, and the jelly in my donut, man. And you know what that means when that happens? I'm always more excited to share things with you and go live. But at the same time, that means I got to roll up the sleeves and get down to work too. Because whatever Wayfarer did that, I got to repay the love, repay the kindness in turn. You know, crank out whatever content video they want. Maybe meet up on a private call and do some personal consultation or whatever it is, and whatever, whenever, and whoever. Got to respond. Got to show them some love, right? I can give you all my time and energy, but they don't let me do any transactions here of a monetary nature on YouTube. Not yet, anyway. We're almost at the 1,000 mark, though, guys. When that happens, it's gonna be off the hook, right? When I get this YouTube gig up to $5,000 a month, would that be enough times 10? No, that wouldn't be enough. When I get it up to $10,000 a month, I can quit my job because then it will be on par with what I'm making now, right? So can't do it full time unless it replaces what your full time gig already pays. Oh, sounds like I just doxed myself a little bit. That's okay. Y'all good looking, sexy people just out there shaking your moneymaker. Let's take a brief musical break while I refresh my delicious hot beverage and have myself a JP Farrell. What do you think about that? It's only 2 minutes. 2-minute musical break. Here we go.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl. Devils in your bed, their whispers so loud. Witches on my heels, so they'll steal. Running in the dark, truth they conceal. Blood on the walls, splattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light. Fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, splattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, splattering us safe. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
All right, all right, all right, all right. There it was there. Dweller in the Dark here on YouTube. Is it Dweller of the Dark or Dweller in the Dark? You're going to have to find out for yourself, man. Get over there and check him out. Really good tunes he's producing. He does a lot of audio book readings and a lot of good magic, man, happening over there on Dweller of the Dark. Dweller of the Dark. Once again, Dweller of the Dark. Yeah, the lurker at the threshold, man. You got to watch the fuck out for that. You know, video hidden. Undo or choose another video. Thank you for that. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Restream. We're working on Restream today, guys. We want to keep those StreamYard hours down so we can use them when they really matter, you know, because StreamYard's expensive, man. They don't let me do no shit for free. You know, they're tracking my data and downloading all my shit, and they always clog up my system. Restream actually seems to work a little better, like when I don't want to invite anyone on panel, like when I'm not having guests up. But if you want to have guests up and you want to participate in the panel verse or the drama verse, then you definitely have to go with StreamYard because Restream doesn't work worth a shit for that. But, you know, they're always tweaking and figuring shit out. And you never know when things are going to get better or get worse. Facebook at one time, mug book, I like to call it, of old dork fucker Borg. They had that shit fucking streamlined and wired dialed in for like 3 months, and then they just stopped all of their premium service. Like, it was free of charge. You could use it on your phone, and it worked fantastic. And I was like, okay, you've got it perfect. Now don't fuck with it. And immediately they fucking totally just changed it. And that's kind of the agenda. They don't really want you having tools that work. They want to kind of turn you on to them. And then they want to start what's the word? They want to start emptying your bank account after that, right? This old StreamYard, $50 a month, man. Who can afford that when you're not making any money for what you're doing? And then you're paying a ton of money. You got to buy a laptop. You got to buy a microphone. You got to set shit up. You got to work hour after hour talking and presenting and organizing and doing all this kind of crazy stuff. And they're like, oh, yeah, but at the same time, we need to get our cut. And it's like, bro, you're getting your cut with data harvesting. You're getting more than your share. You're getting more than your fair share, right? We are co-creators in this system of universal energy. Don't act like we're not. That's all right, though. You know, Just keep rolling with the punches, guys. Keep your nose to the grindstone and the pep in your step, and you'll be fine. We are next up, guys. Oh, it looks like we've got some videos. We got some visitors. Sorry. Let me address the ideas room. Says something here in the ideas room. Not sure who that is or where that's coming from, but we'll keep that on the back burner as we endeavor to allow beloved Master Magician Francis Israel Ricardo of Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn fame to walk us through the invocation of Tahuti as we get into the book of Tahuti, right? The Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean, none other. I'm about to unbox it with you guys. I know we're 20 minutes in and it's taking time, but sometimes it takes me time. I got to have myself a cup of coffee and a hot dog, a little cup of mud, get up on out of the rack and pull back some JP Farrells, and then we'd be ready to roll. So fucking hold your horses, amigo. Hold your horses out there in Happy Land because we're getting to it. I will not disappoint on this stream, guys. We're going to go either a full hour or a full 2 hours. Hell, who knows? If somebody shows up and wants to chat, we might fucking go all night, right? Because as usual, open lines to paranormal encounters. If you've got a paranormal encounter you'd like to share here on FM radio with Frank Monday, then let me know in the chat box. Guys, the chat box is open to all. I don't think you have to be a subscriber to chat in the chat box because it looks like someone just chimed in, gave me their 2 cents, and I just think they're an internet tourist. They're maybe here to cause trouble, right? A little troglodyte lurking in a cave somewhere. We'll find out, though. We'll find out after we get through this invocation of Tahuti. And before we do that, I, Master Magician and Grand Wizard of the Esoteric Order of Dagon Eastern Star Division, will lead you through the adoration of Abraxas. Say it with me if you know it, Wayfarer. Take a deep breath first off. Oh, invigorating energy. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, to guide and protect us, to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and the cleansing wind to disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Teach us those secret things which we must know for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Amen.
Invocation of Thoth. Procul, o procul esti profani, or lasti ompeda. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom-crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemesis as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as life unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dusk, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who company the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance wherein Thoth floateth over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise up flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Kepha, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tamu, lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a guard sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of Ptah when he createth his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth hath ever nourished the changeless Godhead of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one may be obedient unto me.
All right. That was good magic right there. That was Master Magician Sir Francis Israel Regardi performing the invocation of Tahuti, right? Lord of Wisdom, Lord of Utterance, he who brings forth secret things from beyond the veil. And I think each and every one of us has a little Tahuti in us. All right? Good magic. If you're a magician. If you're not, why are you even here? All right? Maybe you're here to find out a little bit more about magic, and I can appreciate that. Before we do go there, though, I've checked the loop on the boob tubes, and it doesn't seem like anybody's hit the like button yet, except for myself. So I took the effort to do that to make sure the transmission was coming in clear. So I'd appreciate if that's not too much to ask. If you're logged in on YouTube, get over there and tickle that like button, poke at it, twist it, prod it, push it, smack it, uh, punch it, hit it, judo chop it, karate chop it, judo throw it, kung fu punch it right in the fucking center. Get hit the bullseye. I know you guys are fucking crack shots with your little mouse pointer, so I know you can get out there and hit the bullseye every motherfucking time, baby. Get it done. Get it done. Please. Please, I'm begging you. I'm on my fucking hands and knees asking you to please touch the like button. You know, I'm not even asking for you to sub the channel, right? I got the chat open to all internet tourists and loyal followers and subs alike. Yeah. So that's just keep doing good magic, man. Get it done. Get it done. Is it really that much to ask for me to ask you to hit the like button? After I ask you to do that, I'm not going to ask you to take off your panties, drop your panties, right? Lift your skirt and drop your panties. It's not the kind of guy I am. What do you think? I'm some kind of fucking pervo that I'm watching you shake your ass as you walking down the road? No, that's not me, man. I'm a good guy. I'm priest-like. I'm an ascetic. I'm a renunciant, right? I live on water filtered through charcoal and air filtered through burning tobacco. You know, I'm just an air and water guy, right? So yeah. Oh, I've deviated enough, Wayfarer, and I'm running out of energy. If there's no interaction here on YouTube, then I could go back to my studies, right? So the Book of Tahuti, right? The Book of Thoth, the Atlantean. We're going to be getting into it, guys. I'm gonna once we get 10 super chats of at least $5 each, I'm going to turn on the camera and unbox the Book of Thoth. The Thoth Tarot is an esoteric tarot deck painted by Lady Frieda Harris, according to instructions from the master magician, the beast himself, 666, Aliaster Crowley, right? Mr. Crowley referred to this deck as the Book of Tahuti and also wrote a companion book featuring Art Deco imagery. It's one of the most multi-layered and unique tarot decks in existence. That's it, right? I'm a breath Aryan, I'm living on it, right? And I'm giving it to you free of charge, right? I suck it in. Oh, and I spit it out, filtering it through the water in my mouth with the articulation of the tongue and throat and larynx, just to serve you, Wayfarer, each and every one of you, those occurring in the past, present, and future. Yeah, it came in a nice little bag, guys. I'm going to do the big reveal once I get some likes on the video. All right, let's see how many likes we got now. Let's see if anybody heeded the call. A little call to action. I don't think it was a lot to ask, but you never know, man. People find it kind of hard to, set up a YouTube account, log in, and hit the like button. It's a lot of fucking work. Yeah, I got one. Good magic. I appreciate that, Wayfarer. We're kind of behind in the time loop. I've noticed it on YouTube. It's streaming from a 10 plus second time delay. So that means not only am I probably several hours or even a day ahead of you in the future, I'm always 10 seconds ahead. So keep that in mind, guys. If I don't respond to your comment in the chat box right away, it's probably due to the 10-second time delay. All right, guys, brace yourselves. Take a deep breath and relax because I'm about to turn on the camera. And I'm just, let me prep you for that, guys. Let me do a little prep. I'm sitting here naked in the kitchen. Just kidding. I'm not naked, but I'm near naked in the kitchen. I'm wearing a dirty wife beater. I've got on some amulets of protection. I haven't had a shower I haven't had a shit shower and shave. I show 3 total. Oh, you're showing 3. Wow. Yeah. YouTube lies to me. It doesn't tell me how many people are here. It doesn't tell me how many watches my videos get. They lie about everything. I had a video go up to 1,500 views the other day, and then when I opened it back up, it dropped to under 300. And I was like, how did that happen? Is that for real? Is that legit? It doesn't seem like it's legit. Anyways, it is what it is. They're a bunch of fucking liars. None of it works right. And I know it's a lie and disinterest on their part because they had it all figured out, 10, 15 years ago. It all worked perfect, and then they just started destroying. They started destroying it. You know, you used to get accurate numbers. You used to get free software that worked correctly, and now it's all just obfuscated and mired in melodramatic miasma. But that's okay. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. You just work with what you got. All right, guys. So I think I preempted that. I'm sitting here in my kitchen, sweaty and unshaven, and I'm going to reveal it, guys. I'm going to turn on this camera here, and then I'm going to unbox the Book of Thoth for you, the Book of Tahuti, Lord of Wisdom and of Utterance. Here we go in three. Wait, let me turn off that clicker. So this is really a grand occasion. I'm going to drop the veil, that gossamer, ephemeral veil that separates us across the dark mirror. Are you ready for it? And I'm going to be staring straight into the camera, guys. So let me get the chat box open. This is very dramatic, man. Very dramatic. Very revealing. In 3, 2, 1, action. There I am. There's me, ugly mug. I appreciate you being here. Noah Michael. Shout out to Noah Michael. Says that he is a breatharian. Wow, good magic, man. You're getting it done. Sucking down that oxygen. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, here I am, unshaven, unshowered, and unshitted in my kitchen. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this out with the microphone. Usually I hold it, but how am I going to be able to hold it if I'm doing an unboxing, right? So let's do this. We'll set that there. Here's my little amulet of protection, so that you motherfucking internet trolls can't have any large effect on me. This is the thing here. There it is there. That's the thing itself, guys. Book of Tahuti. This came to me via the courier. I ordered it over my dark mirror. I had to charge up my Baghdad batteries, right? And then I had to connect those to my dark mirror. And once my dark mirror was powered up, I summoned a demon more powerful than all in hell. And I asked them, I said, I would like to have a copy, just a copy. It's not the OG thing, right? Of the Book of Tahuti, compiled by the beast himself, alias Crowley, and with a small surcharge via systems I don't even understand, right? Funding, money came in, and it was purchased. So thank you to everyone that has donated over at, what is that called? Let me find it. Yeah, over at buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday, man. This is because of you, beloved, that I was able to get things like this and share them with you here on the channel. Okay, so with no further ado, there's the bag. Came in this little bag, right? Gold foiled kind of thing there. Gold stuff is dropped. Oh, that's real gold right there, man. That's a little different. I haven't even clipped my nails, man. What a fucking disaster. But here's the deck, man. It's still wrapped in plastic. Like when they found that girl on the lake, on the beach, right? You remember? She was wrapped in plastic. What was her name? I've already forgotten. There, it says there. That looks like it's a reverse image. Wow, sad. Is that coming in? Let me know in the ideas room, guys, if this is coming in a reverse image, and if there's any way, because that shows reverse on my camera. Why does it do that? Why doesn't it just shoot accurately? Wow, look at that though. What a thing, huh? They're wider. They're a little bit larger and wider than an ordinary deck. And so I'll walk you through it, guys. It says Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck on the sides, on both sides. There's an ISBN number with a barcode, right? It's got that 666 in the middle there. Let me see if it's present. 666. Yep, it's there. Like all of them, the barcodes, if you don't know that, it's got 666 in it. So yeah, good magic, good looking out. With the devils, they dropped the third 6 though. They're not revealing it, right? It's hidden, but it's in the barcode. I'm gonna scratch my face, man. Don't eat any boogers like dirty laundry, man. That shit's nasty. If you're gonna be eating boogers, the least you could do is turn off your camera to do that, right? What a fucking dirty bird, man. Dirty bird. That's all right. I ain't gonna worry about no dirty birds over here. Reverse. It's in reverse. Thank you for that, Noah, and welcome, Noah. I'd like to know what the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Notice whenever something shocking happens, the first thing a good Christian does is call out to the Lord thy God. Remember, O neophyte, goodness alone is power, silence is strength. Will regaineth omnipotence, and love lieth at the foundation. I hate that it reflects that light. I'm going to get rid of that plastic, guys. We're going to unbox this together. Good magic, man. It's going to be good magic. No, yeah. So what I was trying to ask was, no, I want to know a little bit more about you, friend. You, dear Wayfarer. How'd you hear about my show? I've never seen you here before. This is the virgin meeting, right? As it were. We're both popping our cherry together. I popping the cherry on the Book of Tahuti, and you, sir, popping your cherry, talking in the Frank Monday chat room. Kind of a big deal, man. It really is. So where are you from? What's your story, man? That's what I'm here for. I'm a people person. I'm here for the stories of the people. I'd like to get to know you better. Maybe come over there and whisper in your ear sweet nothings. I need some sort of, I didn't really prepare for this, guys. I'm just kind of doing it on the fly, off the cuff kind of thing. Are you allowed to show a kitchen knife on YouTube? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh. Let's do this really ASMR, right? That's what people like. Like, what if I do it like this? And then, boom, I just stabbed myself in the eye accidentally. Wouldn't that be a fucking crock of shit? Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna stab myself, guys. I'm a professional here. You're dealing with an absolute professional. Yeah, so if you want me to know more about you, you can tell you. If you want me to read a card for you, then you have to make a little effort on your end, right? You've got to tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're tuning in from today, what time of day it is, why you're watching me, how you heard about me, and then a little bit about your zodiac as well. Look at that. Let's get it in. Oh, I get the plastic off. Oh, I'm gonna rub it all over my face. There's the plastic. Can you see the plastic? Oh, let's get rid of that. Oh, I got the deck out, guys. I'm gonna get in. Okay, let's pop the box. Let me look at the box a little. It feels kind of waxy. It's kind of dull colored. It's not super ultra bright. I believe this is like an inauthentic copy, like a bootlegged copy, violating copyright. That's okay. You know, it is what it is. That was the whole reason the United States was founded as a nation, was because King George charged. How the fuck? King George charged a shit ton of money for books and reprinting books, and you weren't even allowed to make a book like under his decree without ooh, look at that. Ooh, kind of smells nice, like maybe they rubbed some opium on them. Doesn't smell like formaldehyde. I do detect a hint of plastic, but almost like beeswax or something. Maybe these were made with natural materials. Ooh, yeah, I got a little chemical taste there. I wonder if that's poisonous. All right, don't lick the fucking envelopes. You guys remember what happened to George Costanza's fiancée when she licked all those envelopes? That's right. She ended up dead, poisoned by the glue. Okay, Noah Michaels chiming in. Is it okay if I put it on screen? Maybe I better not do that. No, I don't know. I'll put it on screen. You put it in the public chat, so they'll see it anyway. Says, I'm a human being. Okay, wow. I've never had those kinds of beans before. I like kidney beans and black beans and pinto beans, but I've never enjoyed. Oh, I have. I get it now. Yeah, I've had some human beans in my mouth, licking them, tasting them. They're pretty delicious. I love a little human bean. Okay, and been in Phoenix now for 26 years. Saw you on Talcott recently. My BD is blah, 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 blah. Wow, I'm a little bit older than you. Just slightly. So we're right in the same ballpark. Good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. And thanks for telling me so much about yourself. Phoenix, I've never really spent any time in Phoenix. I've driven through a few times. I like Flagstaff a little better. Flagstaff's in Arizona, right? Or is that New Mexico? Oh God, I didn't even do that on camera, guys. The reveal. Let me put those back in there and fake pulling them out for the first time, right? I don't think it's gonna work, man. Anyway, yeah, from what I understand, like the Phoenix area with the University of Arizona, right? Is that U of A? Is it U of A? Anyway, I don't know. Has the most police per capita. It's like the most militarized place in the United States. Military police everywhere, constantly watching everyone. And I really got that feeling when I drove through whatever highway that is. Is that the 10? Is it the 10 that goes through Arizona? The 10, the 40, the 80? Anyway, I was on one of those. I think it's the 10, and I saw more cops along the road pulling people over, harassing them, bullying them than any other place on earth. And I was like, what the actual fuck? Phoenix to me didn't even seem like the United States of America. It seemed like worse than China, man. It's not even that bad in China. Yeah, Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay, there's the reveal, guys. Wow, what a thing. What a beautiful thing. Oh, I'm gonna stick one of these up my butt. All right. Wow, they look gorgeous. I don't think. No, they're a little bit fuzzy. Let me put on my reading glasses and see if it's my eyes that are fuzzy. It's either my motherfucking eyes that are. No, the printing's fuzzy. Yeah, I knew it, and it's a little bit distorted as well. That's what you get. That's what you get when you buy a bootlegged copy, right? It's not the real thing. So so there it is. There. That's traditionally, I think, what the back of the Book of Thoth deck cards do look like. That's the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn Rose Cross. That center flower is the Hebrew alphabet, and it's designed so that you can make magical kameas or sigils. Oh, and it comes with Crowley's famous unicursal hexagram, right? That was kind of his invention with like a five-leafed clover or some sort of flower of life at the center. I guess he was the first one to promote the rainbow, huh? As an alternative lifestyle. So that's good magic. I like that. That doesn't necessarily play in to the 78 cards of the tarot, but you keep that bad boy in there as a 79th dark card, right? A wild card. I guess that would be like the opposite of the energy of the fool. So he's taken into consideration. I'm already shuffling them. Let me fuck. I'm getting into it, man. Oh, there's another one of those. Wow. I wonder how many of these he put in there and why he put them in there. That's that's uh that's mildly exciting, guys. Something new going on with the tarot. Rose 777, welcome to the show. Good magic. I think you sent me a message on buymeacoffee.com, Rose. I haven't been over there to check it yet this morning because I planned on doing this Book of Thoth unboxing. But wow, what a thing. Thank you for that. I'm going to go over there and check that out and I'll respond to you, okay? So thank you for visiting me on buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday, Rose. Don't know if you put a little something something in the tip jar or not, but I'm excited to find out, man. That really puts the jelly in my donut, the the lead in my pencil, and the pep in my step. So good magic on you for that. It's people like you that make these unboxing videos possible, Rose. Right? So Rose 777, guys, if you don't know her, wow, good magic. Very exciting. Very exciting. I'm indebted to you then, and I'll do whatever you ask of me. I am your humble servant. Your wish is my command. Abra. You've really released the genie from the bottle on that one, Rose. I'll be getting in there and checking it out real soon. Yeah, good magic. Thank you for that. Yeah, so here this is unboxing, man. They've all got that Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn Rose Cross on the back. What a beautiful thing with its representation of the cardinal points, right? In the magical circle, the earth, black and white, the west, which is the northern direction, the west with its beautiful blue, rich navy blue, representing the archangel and guardian of the east gate, Gabriel. The yellow, the bright royal golden yellow, representing the archangel and guardian of the east, Raphael. The brilliant crimson red, right, with its fiery energy of the south, representing the archangel and guardian of the southern gate, Michael, who stands supposedly at the right hand of God, right? And then, of course, the north, Agela, Adonai Gebura, Leolam, Amen, Adonai, archangel and guardian of the north, Oriel, standeth upon my left hand, remove obstacles from my path, guide and protect me. Okay, we're going to shuffle them up a little bit, man. Start looking at some of these. I'm not going to look at all of them, but I'm pretty satisfied, right? Like I said, it's a bootleg deck. There seems to be a little bit of distortion in the printing, right? So it looks like the cross is a little bit stretched out and oblonged. That flower doesn't look like a perfect circle on these cards, but yeah, you know, in order for me to buy like an actual deck, oh, here's another problem I just noticed with them. They're in Chinese. Okay, so it looks like I bought one that's specifically manufactured and distributed for use here in China. So if you guys don't know something about me, U of A is in Tuscan. Went there my freshman year. Cops don't like me. Yeah, cops don't like nobody, man. And fucking wrong with the cops these days. They need to chill the fuck out, right? And live by the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law. So I don't even know what this is. Look, it looks like a cup. Looks like it's probably the Knight of Cups, right? So, guys, this is my first experience with the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley. I like the muted kind of color scheme. I don't know if that's a printing error. I don't know if I got the full picture or not. It looks like it's got the Chinese name down there at the bottom. It says Shangbei Qi Shi. Yes, which means the Knight of Cups. So I'll be able to improve my Chinese a little bit as I read through these. Benevolent Bei or Cup Qi Shi, which is a knight, a person who rides a horse, right? Qima, and it's in traditional Chinese characters, so that's nice. That's kind of fun. But then I don't see any indicator in the circle up there. I think there should be something there, so I might be missing something. They are waxy. The quality of the card stock is it seems a little thinner than it should be. There's not even a matte finish. It's more of like a flat finish, like with kind of a waxy surface. All in all, it's kind of a nice thing. Let me shuffle through them again. I got the Shangbeis there. Rose, do you know why the Crowley deck includes the universal hexagram? His magical symbol, right? This was his personal sigil. Any ideas why that's in the deck? There's two of them so far. Yeah, they got a little bit of waxy surface. I think that's kind of nice. That might protect them over time. They are not like they just got the plain white sides to them. I might like use some decent acrylic paint to cover that. And let's do a little shuffle. Let's do a reveal. Let's draw a card. How about that? That's kind of exciting. I like that they're wider. Makes them a little more challenging to deal with, right? You got to take it nice and sensitive. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, your son comes before you today to invoke Lord of Utterance, Lord of Wisdom, Tahutis, Book of Thoth, the Emerald Tablets of the Atlantean. Please respond to me through this system of divination to give me a general energetic card that will reveal secret knowledge to me. I ask this in the name of the Father Dagon, the Mother Hydra Astarte, as the stars align and the shining trapezohedron is revealed. Cthulhu is risen! I will accept this response whether it shows me good fortune or misfortune. Here we go. There's the shuffle, guys. Let's do a cut. Let's do a cut in the name of the Holy Lord Adonai, Abaraxis on high. And our card to be revealed is, wow, a powerful one. Don't even know what it is, man, but I can see that it's all kind of full of energy. See what we got here? We got a 2 and a... Oh, it's got English on this one. Good. So the 2 of Wands. Wow, this is Crowley's rendition of the 2 of Wands. What a fiery, dynamite expression from the beast himself, right? We see that Mars energy up at the top like a raging fucking hard on, man. I can imagine he was just getting into it on this one, right? He had his balls cupped with one hand and he was just choking the trunk. Oh, Rose is giving us some background here. Thank you, Rose. What a delightful thing to have you here, Rose. What a treat. Thank you for tuning in and saying hi. This version especially important in Thelema as it emphasizes continuity, unity, and infinite motion, reflecting his philosophy of the eternal interplay of forces. Yeah, I can really see that. Crowley was a bit of a guy, right? He was kind of the madman, the great revealer of occulted truths. It's a magical emblem of balance and unity and cosmic forces. Yeah, it is, man. It's I would imagine that every card he kind of he put his heart and magic into with that gal, Lady Phaedra, whatever her name was, I forgot just a moment ago. I'm not as familiar with the artist that Crowley used because I've been using the Arthur Edward Wyatt deck for 40 years now. So it looks like the Thoth deck may become my next favorite deck for the next 40 years. Who knows? Right? Good magic. What a talisman, huh? What a thing. What a treat. What a treat. Let me get a look at it with my own eyeball holes. Me own gawkers. Get me viddies on it. All right, there. Yeah, we've got Mars up at the top and Aries down at the bottom. Yeah, see, I think that's the fun thing about more occulted and esoteric decks is that they show that astrological and planetary correspondence of the card. Couple of fiery wands shooting down like missiles with spearheads, sharpened spearheads, fiery energy everywhere, just exploding out of the aether, right? So this is really a talisman of dynamic energy, and each one a work of art. I wonder what size canvases she was working on when she painted these cards, right? I mean, what a thing, huh? Uh, Pardon me, guys. I need to drink some more coffee. Keep those bubbles down. Um, so I'll get into a little bit more of a explanation of this particular card because it's the one I drew for my Universal General Energies today. I don't recommend using a deck right off the jump, guys, unless you've been using the tarot for many years. I would recommend that you sleep with the deck under your pillow for a couple of weeks or whatever, and shuffle the cards a lot and play with the cards a lot. Lick them, stick them up your butt, whatever. Nah, do nothing profane. Be sacred. Wash your hands, light an incense, and say a prayer before you seek knowledge from the tarot. But for me, after good God. Okay, so I started when I was like 12, 13 years old, messing with these things and never set them down. Nearly every day played with the tarot cards and had a deck nearby. So I'm 53 now, going on 54. I'm in my 54th year of existence. So that makes a solid 40 years of interacting with the tarot. Now, that's not to say that I'm a master reader of any kind, and even though I have all water elements in my primary triumvirate of astrological forces, I have all three. Rising sign, ascendant sign, and sun sign are the primary, the primary waters. So I've got Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, right? So that would indicate that I have a high level of intuition, or that at least I need to cultivate it in this lifetime. But yeah, there it is there. Be patient and reserved when dealing with the tarot and interacting with it, because I think it takes at least 20 years of diligent study in order to become conversant. And I don't, you shouldn't bypass that by way of impatience, right? So I think that a card like the Two of Wands is counseling just such a thing, right? That you should be patient and observant as you go through any decision making process. And so I did that this morning. You've set things in motion with the Ace of Wands, and you're waiting for their return in the Three of Wands. But in the Two of Wands, you're in the you know, like any other two, right? Like the two of pentacles or the two of swords and so on and so forth. You're at a crux, a decision point. You know, you do go left or right. You're the binary force, the yin yang. You're oscillating on off, and you've got two fiery options. And dream big. Dreaming big is only half of the equation. The other half is getting out there and working hard to put it into practice. So this card seems to live in the space between inspiration and execution, where bold decisions start to shape your future. You're standing at the edge of your comfort zone, you know, your sphere of control, and you're holding the map and the matches. You know, do you stay safe where you are, or do you step into that, you know, that next zone, the zone of the unknown, where your sphere of influence lies? The world doesn't just roll out the red carpet for you, it opens up when you do. Right, so that's good magic there. um I don't know who Vedra is. I believe that's from Hindu mysticism, but thank you, I'll have a look into that. That's one for the research hour of the show. Real to Real has arrived. The none other but Master Magician. Real to Real, good to see you again. Good looking out. Good magic to you. And we have a new visitor. One Alina Berube. Wow, what a lovely name. Arena Berube, hello to you. Yeah, so I'll get into shuffling up these cards, guys. Maybe make myself another cup of coffee, and we'll do some free readings the first hour. We have undergone the first hour. You know what? I'm even going to drop the link. If anybody's interested in joining me, just hit the button. If not, it's just going to be you know, one guy jerking off on the internet, right? Um, which is fun too. You know, I'm not opposed to a little bit of self gratification. But yeah, there's the link, guys. If you do click the link, remember to be respectful. Anything that even verges on a TOS, you get kicked. If it's too egregious, you get kicked permanently. So be on your best behavior if you do come up. This is a place. Yeah, good magic to you, man, and to all. Thank you for that, beloved. I can appreciate that. Yeah, so this is a place of fellowship and communion where we respect each other and share ideas on occulted things and the esoteric, religion. Primary focus for me is magic and Chinese esoteric Taoism, Chinese qigong and stuff. But basically magic, religion and magic. Um, History, you could talk about history if you like. You could talk about the paranormal. Things I don't get into that are strictly forbidden are topics that are considered hot button topics in the public that might trigger the algobots or the TOS. So things like politics, don't really care. I'm not involved. I'm not a politician. I like to talk about academia and psychology. And what else don't we get into? We don't criticize China here because that's my host country. And yeah, there it is. There. I mean, you can obviously you can make a quip about anything you want, but don't mention, don't name drop any politicians or celebrities. If you do talk about them, I prefer if you talk about the ones that are already dead. And again, there you go. Just don't arouse any suspicion from the gate guards, and you'll be fine. You know, no explicitives. You can't say the F word, the N word. And when I mean that, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You guys are all grown adults. You don't need me to explain it to you. Yeah. So we'll get into good magic, guys. Heaven and earth, divine spirits, and ancient masters. Your son would like to work with the Book of Tahuti today. Please provide me with the wisdom and insight to reveal unseen things to the wayfarers in Chatland. If you do got a question for the tarot today, put it in all caps, all capitals in the chat room. That way I can see it. Because you guys can see that this chat box is moving a mile a minute, man. Hundreds of people, internet tourists stopping by to check me out. And loyal wayfarers alike are just chatting nonstop in the chat box, guys. I can't keep up with it. So if you want to ask the tarot a quick question, then just put it all in all caps, and that'll get her done. Right, that'll get her done. I will draw a card for you. Again, first tell me a little bit about yourself, though. I will not answer a question for you. or the tarot won't either, unless you answer a question for me first. So I'd like to know a little bit about you. Where are you from? And what's your astrology sign? And what's your question? You don't have to tell me exactly what your question is. You don't have to tell me anything, right? Someone's at the door, guys. I think my son's back from the gym. So give me just a second. What can I do? I'm going to play a quick song while I open the door for my son because I want to give him a proper greeting, a hug and a kiss, and say hello.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, spattering a sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering a sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape. Threads getting tight, can't see the daylight. Blood on the walls, spattering a sink. God can't help the dead, no time to think.
All right. That was Dweller of the Dark with God Can't Help the Dead. I mean, maybe that song touched a note in your heart as well as, oh my God, who the fuck is that? What you doing, boy? Wow, you're looking good. You got some square little boobies going on. Schwankheimer, Sherma. Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy. Don't move too fast, man. Patience. You got to have patience, bro. This guy's 15 and he's turning into a fucking man. It's crazy. Big old dick swinging. Coming in here helicoptering, man. That shit ain't cute. Can't show that online. Did you guys see that? Sneaking up on me, man. He's supposed to stay out of this room while I'm in here because I'm burning herbs. I'm burning tobacco. All right, that was good magic. Let me try to remove this and see what's going on. I thought I had him squared away. He just came back from the gym. He's fucking packing 16-inch cannons now, ready to go to town. He's taller than me too. He wants to get 6 foot. I'm like, or 6'2". I told him, nah, you don't need to be that fucking tall, man. The universe can't support you if you get too big. That's why all the giants died out. All right. Is because our subtle environment has changed. Yeah, so remember, guys, if you do decide to click the link, I'll be keeping an eye out. I don't know how it works there on Restream. I think I'll get an indicator or a sound, or I'll see you or something backstage. But we meet on the level and we part on the square, which means what? That we all know we're on a sea level plane, right, with no tangible curvature. So we meet on a level means that we meet as equals in this space. You're not here to dictate to me how the cow eats the cabbage, and I'm not going to do that with you either. We're here for mutual benefit, respect, and spiritual exploration. right? We use the Rastafarian conversation model, which means if there's two of us in the room, we let the energy oscillate back and forth. Nobody tries to dominate the conversation. I talk for a couple of minutes, you listen, and then respond to that. And then you talk for a couple of minutes. I listen, and then it goes back and forth, right? That balances the energy out. If it's a triumvirate, then it needs to rotate clockwise if we're trying to be productive, or if we're trying to tear something down, then it should be widdershins, right? So if you know good magic, then you know it. If you don't, then you probably need to go somewhere else to learn about it before you try to step up to the plate. Tarot reading question. Okay, we've got one. Good magic. Um, I'm born in. Okay, so your sun sign is Cancer. No question. General energy. Thanks. Yeah, good magic. Thank you for that, Alina. That gives me something to work with. I can appreciate it. Yeah, so I'll go camera back on, and I'll get the cards back. I had to set everything aside, man, and go answer the door. Homie don't got a door key. He's got one, but he lost it. That means there's someone else out there in the world running around with a key to Frank Monday's front door. That shit ain't cute. Don't do that. Don't be sneaking up on me, popping the door open. Be like, Frank Monday, caught you sitting in the kitchen in your underwear, eh? Yeah, here we go. Heaven and earth, divine spirits, and ancient masters. I'm assuming that name is feminine, Alina Berube. Your daughter has a question, I believe. If I misgender you, let me know. Please respond to us through the system of the Book of Tahuti, and we will accept this response whether it shows good fortune or misfortune. Abrahadabra, Jutian Esang Pufa Tianzun, Jutian Esang Pufa Tianzun, Jutian Esang Pufa Tianzun, Tianzun, Jutian Esang Pufa Tianzun. These cards are fighting with me a little bit, guys. That's okay. That just shows that there might be some trouble brewing in tarot land. What are you after, homie? That glue I showed you a moment ago?
No, the small.
I didn't. I gave it back to you. All right, that's a good, perfect, solid shuffle right there. Ooh, and a nice little shuffle there. Let's get into it. Alina Berube. Lord Tahuti, respond to us with accurate, concise information. And the reveal. What do we got there? What's going on there? I can't even see it, man. I'm only getting the reverse image. I need to flip it around here in a minute. This is a general energy card for Alina Rube on August 30th, 9:43 a.m. in Twilight Zone, Old Peking. Let's look top to bottom. It looks like it's a major. No, it's not a major arcana. It's a court card. Man, I've been getting a lot of court cards recently. Court cards means this is, what does that say? 主公启示. Okay. Wow. I can't even fucking read anymore without my glasses, guys. Where did I put my glasses? Are they on my head? No. Okay. That means I set them down somewhere. Aha. Nearby. Thank God for that. God bless. Okay, yeah, we've got the Prince. Wow, I just said this on. Do you guys know Act Like You Know 26? You know, he's got a channel and a show here on YouTube. Some of you may know because he's in the occult community. And he does really good shows with another guy. He's got a sidekick that he runs a show with. Do you guys know him? Rose, Moonrocks? Any guys out there in Happy Land? Anyway, I just told him that I've been drawing the Princess of Swords from the tarot persistently for like half a dozen times. And then I visited his website. He has an angel oracle deck online. You can find it at keminczy.at/the Wizard of Odd Online Tarot. And he's got a free like virtual deck that you can access, and you can draw a random card, and the Princess of the Rushing Winds came up, right? And it represents a jealous young woman filled with wisdom, strength, and acuteness. subtleness in material things. So wind penetrating earth. Very good. So what a thing, right? And here it comes again. A card I've been studying a lot here over the last like 4 or 5 days, man. It's just been coming up persistently. So either so wind penetrating earth, that's not related to you, obviously, because you're a Cancer. So someone's coming into your life or is in your life that seems to be stealing the focus and energy of the day. It's a young woman, right? That's of the one of the air signs. So it would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And though they're filled with a lot of good mental energy, for some reason they may be causing trouble for you at this time. So let's find out what the advice is when dealing with the Princess of Swords. So it could be a blonde or fair-skinned individual, again, of those airy airy signs, right? Could be a young man or a young woman, and if it is a young man, then it's probably a more effeminate young man. Uh, it says that circumstances at this time call for anonymous action, even if you would prefer to receive credit. So when dealing with this individual, if you're trying to benefit or mentor them or help them make a course correction, then you need to do it quietly from behind the scenes. Pages represent the young, youthful energy of endeavoring to do new things. This one falls within the realm of air. So curious, clever, and a little chaotic, right? Especially a Gemini. If it's a Gemini that you're dealing with, oh, good God. God have mercy on you, right? Says the page or princess of the tarot is the student journalist, always asking questions, reading between the lines, and staying 2 steps ahead of the gossip. Not only are they staying 2 steps ahead of the gossip, like I said, if it's a Gemini, they're probably the ones initiating most of that gossip and spreading most of it. Libras, less so. Libras stay quietly and work behind the scenes. And then Aquarians are some of the best people I've ever dealt with, right? They're just genius level intellect. But again, they're all very active in the realm of mentation. They bring sharp mental energy in the form of new ideas and fresh perspectives. They have that great urge to know more. They're in the learning research mode, always asking, hey, what's going on here? Communication's key with this card, right? Again, but you don't need, at this time, you need to try to defer from being combative or aggressive in either now if it's directly for you, then you could be displaying these traits at this time. But if it's someone you're interacting with, make sure that you don't go to battle, because that will be a double-edged sword and bite you in the ass in the long run, right? So Alina Barube, I hope that card resonates with you. I hope it speaks to you on some level that could be helpful and serviceable. As a final note on advice from the Princess or Page of Swords, stay curious, not combative. Explore questions and engage, always with humility and mindfulness. Ask better questions, seek truth, not drama, because sometimes this energy will gravitate towards the dramatic, right? Perfect card for the Dramaverse. It's okay not to have all the answers right now. What matters is your willingness. Willingness is key to learn, grow, and listen closely to both others and yourself. Seek that inner guidance of your inner sage. Looks like we've disconnected, guys. Thank you to the internet for never working consistently, so I don't even know how much of that message you received. But there you are there, Alina Barube. Thank you for the question. And thank the tarot, right? It's not me. I'm just the messenger. I didn't create the message. I only delivered it. So let me double check here on the YouTubes, guys, because it says that I'm disconnected. So I don't even know if I'm still here with you. Motherfucking YouTube. Let me get a hook on the Book of Thoth. Unboxing Crowley's. Okay, looks like we're still transmitting. So I don't know how much of that message you either received or missed. It is what it is, right? It's good magic. You'll let me know later, I would imagine, in the chat room for anybody that's still here, because the chat isn't responding either. A moment ago it was like a ticker tape parade, And now it's just stopped entirely. Oh, you're still here. Okay, good, good. So the chat is working. Good magic. And Moonrocks is still here too. Can you do a Virgo reading? Yeah. So next up, Moonrocks. Moonrocks, I've forgotten your are you a Virgo, Moonrocks? Is that what it is there? Wow, I hate when my voice oxygen puffs against the microphone. That really fucking irritates me. But it is what it is. Yeah, we're dealing with the Book of Thoth today, Moonrocks. So if you're a Virgo, I know where you are and I know who you are. So yeah, let me get into it. We got to have a bit of a ritual and ceremony. Before, we just can't reach into the deck out of nowhere. That would be abusive to the spirit of the thing. So let me meditate on you for a moment. I know that you're a brilliant, vibrant energy. I know how to connect with it quite easily now. Like I said, I even saw you in Dreamland. Let me do this. Let me burn a little tobacco for the gods because they're wanting to be appeased. Okay. September 14th. Wow, is that your birthday? Okay, so what kind of question do you got? Do you just want a general card or do you have a specific question? That was exciting. Moments of high strangeness here. Whenever you start doing good magic, sometimes the little demons, they start trying to cause trouble for you. They're the grimalkins, right? The elementals. And part of the reason is either they want to prevent you from stepping in dog shit or they want you to slow down a little bit and interact gently and patiently with each and every challenge that comes your way. And so that's why I decided to burn a little tobacco for them. That tends to appease them. So far, Poltergeist has thrown 1, 2, 3 different things at me while working here. Isn't that interesting? So that means there's a little elemental running around here in my kitchen that needs attention. If it's not careful, I'll trap it in a bottle gourd and beat it with the rod of God until it succumbs to my mastery of it. Yeah, and then constant disconnects on the internet. Really, a lot of stuff going on right now. I wonder if so some of you who keep up with the sun, you report on those solar flares that cause a lot of electromagnetic interference, and I wonder if that's what's going on right now. August 30th, the moon is in Scorpio, transiting into Sagittarius, so that's pretty revealing right there. We're in the second quarter of the 7th moon, according to the Chinese lunar calendar. Yeah, so things are getting active out there. Oh, okay. A question for the heart, for romance. Let me get into it then. That's I've appeased the spirits and I'm ready to work. Heaven and earth, divine spirits and ancient masters, Venusian gods of love, we seek thy guidance. Our beloved friend and wayfarer, Moonrocks, has requested some guidance in the area of the heart. Is it possible at this time? Will be our central question. And we'll take some of the past foundational energies into consideration and have a look at what the future might hold for you, dear Wayfarer, because we're all interested in the future. That's why we're here. With no further ado, abra hadabra, we will accept this response, whether it shows good fortune or misfortune. Huh. A cup card on the cut. That indicates that the tarot is willing to respond in matters of the heart. So what you're looking for is like a lover's card or are you interested in male or female? Or does it matter, right? You're looking for a page or princess, not showing that they're youthful necessarily, or even a queen or a king, so one of the court cards possibly, and also any other love cards that would indicate yeses to your question, right? So it's a yes no kind of question. That'll be the central focus, along with what I said a moment ago. And yeah, we'll do a couple shuffles. Yod, hey, Val, hey, Adonai. And we'll stop in eh, hey, yay, right? Eh, hey, yay. And then we'll cut. And then we'll draw 3 cards. One for the center, yes, no answer, right? With the central focus being love. Some of those passing energies, foundational energies about how maybe you need to let go of something or realize that it's past. And then those future energies and what that'll look like if you decide to take the action of the central card. So what do you want first? You want the foundational card, a direct yes no kind of answer and what's going on and what you should seize the moment with, or do you want to see how that future is going to play out if you do make that decision? I'll leave it up to you. We got 3 cards to reveal. Kind of a big deal because it's going to take some time. You know, we might have to use the rest of the show here today to flesh this out. We got Grimmelkins and clones running around. You need a cup? You got one. Okay, you got it all free. He's an autonomous creature now. All right, self-regulating. Yes, Noah. All Virgos are included. Yeah, that's right. Good question. I appreciate that. Noah's a virgin. I can help you with that, Noah. Just head my way. Knock when you arrive, right? I'm joking. I'm being playful. I'm a bit of a pervo when I'm in the magic, right? It's all right. Lust for life, right? Get out there, be a sexual outlaw. I think I asked you a question, Moonrocks. You need to make a decision. You've got 3 unrevealed cards sitting in front of me via the spirits of the Venusian elements, goddess of love, Diana, Hecate, Astarte. Isis, Astarte, Diana, Hecate, Dimitri, Kale, Nana. Isis, Astarte, Diana. Wow, there must be a real bad time delay here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reveal, since I haven't seen that you've made a decision, I'm going to reveal the foundational card. I like to begin with foundations, and I'm still waiting, still waiting. There's the reveal. All right, we've got. Oh, you asked. Sorry. Oh, no, too late, man. I already revealed it to myself. It's the 6 of Swords. Okay, yeah. So your last romantic interaction seems to not have gone as planned, right? So let's see if I can do that. No, I can't. Okay. So the 6 of Swords is indicative of some underhanded treachery on either your part or the part of the other party. So some of the foundational energies here is that either you got done dirty or someone else got done dirty, and then you needed to move away from that, right? And I think if it more directly applies to you, then you responded with immediate action and kind of ferried yourself out of the situation. In the traditional Arthur Edward Wyatt tarot, we see a ferryman taking off like a widowed or divorced woman with her child. And so it means sanctuary from the storm, right? And being removed from a bad situation. It's a card of transition and healing and emotional passage. So it's something you've already been through and that you're walking away from, something you need to leave behind, right? Or that you have essentially left behind. It's not necessarily because you wanted to, but because it was necessary, right? Because it's the way it played out. Um, it signals a necessary shift, which might be recovering from conflict or moving through grief or, God, I don't know why the internet always does this, man. Why do they have to make the internet nearly unusable? I guess that's so we don't use it, right? Um, so you need to mentally detach from the situation because it could have drained you, right? And there's no instant relief here, but it does promise movement and movement away and not being stuck anymore. So that's the foundation. Now we'll move in a moment here into the next immediate situation with which you find yourself, right? And we'll find out a little bit more about how that's going to play out. And let me see here. Okay. Yeah. Before we reveal that next card to you, um I need to recheck your question. Okay, where was it? Oh, it's about finding love, but the question directly was, will you find love soon? I think I'll put it up on screen so I don't forget it. Yeah, there it is there. Okay, good magic. So, yeah, you've detached, you're moving away. That was your foundational card. Now, you asked for the second card. Here's the reveal of the second card. And I'm not exactly sure what that is, even. It's got a 4 on it. The minors don't have 4s, but they. Okay, so I guess this is probably the Emperor in the Thoth deck. It says Liang Li Da Chi Chur. Huh. Sun in Capricorn, card 4. I know that Crowley shifted up some of the major arcana, but I'm guessing that this is the Emperor. Is that what that is? Yeah. So if it is in fact the Emperor, and I believe it is, um, this would show that you sitting in a throne. So this is what this would look like visually. Let me see if I can hold on to this microphone. You're sitting in a position of power and authority, and your oneness as a powerful masculine entity. And so, as a yes no, this is an easy yes. Will you find love soon? Was the question. And what it's saying is essentially, you've moved away from that thing which hurt you. You're moving forward. And right now in the present, you have the command and attention of any potential lover around you. So if there is one around you, they know what's going on and they're ready to get on some of that fiery wand, jump up on the throne with you, and ride you into oblivion. So at the same time, right, it's Yud He Vahe, it's the God Jehovah. I would say that it also shows that you're perfectly content to be alone as well. Oh, 4 of discs. Are you sure? Because it doesn't say discs on it. Is that the 4 of discs? Then I'm totally misreading. 4 of discs is very similar though in its energy. How could I even find out? Fuck, this thing's in Chinese. It says in Chinese. It doesn't say that in Chinese. Let me consult the um the page that has all these cards explained, because they're a little, again, they're this is a brand new deck to me, guys. I've never worked with the Book of Thoth, but I know the tarot well, and I don't have to necessarily know. Let's see if we've got Book of Thoth on this list. We've got a long list of decks to look through. Art Nuevo. I'm ready to open that Art Nuevo one, man. I really love the imagery on that one. Let's see if it's an easy find here on the website. No, it's not easy to find. Why would they organize it that way and not have it just immediately available? It's one of the preeminent decks, probably close to 100 years old now. And then they don't even, there it is, Crowley. It's just listed as Crowley. Huh, how funny. How funny. The Crowley deck. Yeah, you're right. It's not the Emperor. That's the four of what did you say? Pentacles? What a thing. Yeah, it didn't look like a major arcana card. That's okay. Much of my reading holds the same for the 4 of discs, except for it says that you may be holding a little too tight and not letting go of that thing from the past. And that may be inhibiting you, right? So you need to be a little more generous, perhaps, with your energy. Okay. I wonder why it doesn't say it on this card, but it says it on the swords. I'm not sure if I'm going to be 100% happy with the way the Chinese prepared this deck, but that's okay. It says you're holding on tightly, right? And that whether the thing you're clinging to is money, control, boundaries, or your sense of security, this card reflects a mentality of mine, mine, mine. And so maybe you're holding on to that idea too much about finding love right away. You've worked hard and you deserve it, but the energy can lean into fear and scarcity sometimes, gripping too tightly and you might be choking yourself off. So the message here is to know what's worth holding on to and when to loosen your grip, right? So the advice here in this section may not be a direct yes, it might be more of a maybe. In yes no questions, um, if you're looking for a simple yes no answer here, then the answer is not necessarily in your favor, and that you'll have to work through this immediate thing that you may be holding on to in order to progress. So yeah, I kind of misread that. And thank you for whoever said that. Let me see who said that. Four of discs, reel to reel. So you've worked with the Crowley deck before, have you? Reel to reel. It seems that because you wouldn't have known that just from me showing the card, I don't think. Okay, good magic then. Yeah. So and yeah, welcome back, Rose. Good to see you again, guys. The chat is moving at a pretty high pace now, so I am having to keep up with it. But a huge thanks to Real for correcting my folly there. Yeah, so that's what that's showing, and the advice I would give from the Four of Pentacles would be to protect what matters most and don't let fear of commitment to something new scare you off. Um, Check in with yourself, right? And having boundaries is obviously important, but in order for growth, you can't let the stability become a cage, right? So yeah, this is another. It addresses our a moment ago what we were discussing about stepping through the waterfall of fear and into the unknown. Yeah, so when you're fully ready to let go of that past energy, then you can move forward. We've got one card left in this reading, guys. I'm pretty excited. This one shows the future. Eight of what? Of the Crowley deck is totally unknown to me. So maybe we can get some help from Reel to Reel. What is that, Reel to Reel? Let me put on my glasses. This is the revelation of coming energies for you, Moonrocks. It looks like I have no idea, man. I have no. It says it there. Let's see, Kai Shaman, Drew. No idea. I think it says wands underneath all that Chinese, man. I can't even read that Chinese. I'll have to really dig into this deck, guys, before I feel 100% comfortable with it. I have had kitties demanding my attention, preventing me from being able to yap with you guys. Okay, welcome back, Rose. No big deal, man. Take care of those kitties, man. I love cats. My son really wants to get a cat. I think I'm going to get him one for our new apartment, maybe. But you know, a cat is a 12 to 20 year commitment. So it's not something you want to take on easily. Wands, okay. The Eight of Wands, okay. Eight of Wands, Lord of Swiftness, right? I really like this card in this reading. It's showing that once you break free from the bondage that you're currently mired in, that shit's just gonna take off fast, man. This is a fiery July August card, right? So we're going from August into September. Your birthday's coming up, man. Don't be afraid to get out there and start dating and give yourself a gift, but make sure that you do the ritual work and the self healing, right? That helps you to let go of those chains that bind you to the past, because shit's going to start firing up and moving in the right direction, right? The Eight of Wands, the Lord of Swiftness, shows fiery energy moving, and once you're in the seat of authority, right, the position of magician or emperor, as I thought this was a second ago, then you really get into command of those fiery energies of love and passion, and you can direct them at anyone you want. the supermodel walks by and you're able to approach her and get a date, um, that person that you viewed from a distance, maybe that a barista in a cafe, and you just go up with courage and charisma and are able to seal the deal. Yeah, so it's a beautiful card of love and fiery energy. It can taper out quickly though, so this is something you need to be wary of, is that you got to really seize the moment when this presents itself in the near future, right? So I would say the advice here from this 3 card spread is let bygones be bygones, water under the bridge, move yourself away from any of that passing energy of defeat, and then deal with any of the chains that bind you and be secure in your manlyhood, your manliness, and in your um, loving energy to protect yourself and others, right? And then just start moving forward and get out there and get out with your cock, step out. What did they say? Step out with your cock out. I don't think that's what it was. I forget the exact expression from the drama verse, the panel verse. But get out there and get in it to win it, man. And you're going to have plenty of lead in your pencil, pep in your step, and enough jelly in your donut to squeeze it all over somebody's face. So I like it, man. I think all in all, I think it's a benevolent reading. I think it reveals some truths for the people involved, and I had fun doing it, man. And I learned something more about the Book of Thoth. So good magic. Thank you for the question, Moonrocks. Ricardo Solomon, son and child of the sun, son of the sun, seventh son of a seventh son. Hey, seventh son of a seventh son. Yeah, interesting that you got kitties. How many kitties do you have, Rose? What fun, huh? I love cats, man. But yeah, you're taking on a lot of work when you got cats. Like I said, it's a 12 to 20 year commitment, so you kind of got to be in a fairly stable place in your life, I would imagine. If you're going to take it serious. Mouths to feed. Yeah, that's your song right there, Rose. I'm actually I'm like the third. I'm the no. I'm a seventh son, I believe. No, I'm a fifth son, but I'm the 13th child of my father, who was like, I don't know. He came from a family of like 5 or 6 guys. So now I can't claim credit for that. Seventh son of a seventh son. I forget how it goes. I haven't listened to any Maiden in a while. I wanted to go see Maiden in the UK. They're touring in Europe. Their 50th year anniversary. I was so fucking stoked. And I looked for tickets online, and I started calculating and looking into airfare and accommodations and all of that. And once I tallied it up, man, I was going to be spending like 25 grand. And I didn't think that was manageable for nostalgia. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just fucking get out some of my old CDs or something and listen to them. Buy a bottle of whiskey and get whiskey drunk listening to Maiden one night. But I'm not gonna shell out 25 grand just to go see them touring. That's just fucking crazy talk. I could have done it on a minimum, but I would have spent at least $10,000, even if I just went for a couple of days. It's just far too expensive to travel right now, and that's the way they made it. Used to be you could buy a round trip ticket to China for $100, and stay in hotels for $15-$20 a night. Now everything costs a fucking arm and a leg because they got private jets. What do they fucking care? They don't give a fuck if you can travel or not. I thought, fuck, I could walk there for less money, but then I'd probably lose my job, because I wouldn't be around to serve the system. The only Maiden song I think I can sing entirely from memory anymore is "Hallowed Be Thy Name." I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bells began to chime, reflecting. I won't put you guys through that kind of fucking torture, though. On my past life, and it doesn't have much time, 'cause at 5 o'clock they'll take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running low. Running low. As the priest comes to read me my last rites, I take a look through the bars at the last sights of a world that has gone very wrong for me. Can it be that there's some sort of error, hard to stop the surmounting terror? Is this the end or some crazy dream? Yeah, Rose knows it. She's probably rocking out. Everybody else is probably like, hey, Frank, shut the fuck up. I came for a book of Tahuti unboxing, and here you are. Like you're a 15-year-old rocking out with a Sony Walkman to some old archaic reel-to-reel cassette tape of your favorite hits by Iron Maiden. Yeah, I was there. I was at the not the 82. They came to Long Beach at some point. It might have been. It was in the 80s. I was in 82. I would have been 10. I think I was like 11 or 12 when I saw them. But they came to Long Beach, and I remember going in there. I was already a Hessian at that age, man. And all the local kids, you know, they're like, "We're going to see Maiden. We're sneaking in." We jumped a fence and just ran into the Long Beach Stadium, and we got in. They were letting people. They were ignoring it, you know. It was back 80. Long Beach was 85. Okay, so I was 13. I remember, and I got in, and he was up on stage, the fucking god of rock and roll, and he was yelling, "Scream for me, Long Beach!" And a whole surge of people broke through to get on the what is that called? The area in front of the stage where like they would do the mosh pits and stuff. Like we had general, like if you're in general admission, you could stay in the back. And then there was like gate guards, and we just overwhelmed them, and like a flood of people washed. And I poked up, like I was so small that I got pushed up like a crowd ride, and I ran across the backs and heads of people to get to get front stage. And it was just bananas, man. I probably had a head full of acid at that age too, and it just fucking lit up like a Christmas tree. And he was yelling, "Scream for me, Long Beach!" And we were all screaming. We loved Bruce Dickinson, man. One of the most wonderful concert experiences of my life. And I think I've revealed too much. Yeah, but he played every single song that you love. And I think right after that, he started with "Hallowed Be Thy Name." I can't remember that song. They did do that song that night. Yeah. Barrier, the run to the barrier. Yeah, we just overcame it. What a thing, too. And then I saw everyone that I came with. I think there was like 10 of us that had gone down there that night. And we all fucking went over like a 12-foot fence and I got a cut from it on my wrist that bled and bled and bled. It took out like a chunk of flesh. They didn't have barbed wire, but they had like sharpened tips at the top of the fence, and it was like flimsy. It didn't have a support. So like people fell off it and shit, but I got over it, man. I was no stranger to climbing fences, but I did. I wound up with a permanent scar. In fact, two of the best shows in my life, I wound up with permanent scars from getting into. I have no fucking money. I think the ticket was like $10 or something. Where are you going to come up with a tenner in time to get in, you know? And they were probably sold out anyway. Yeah, so that's it there, guys. 2 hours into the show, man. I got enough energy and time to do one more card. If anybody out there in Happy Land has a question, I'll do a single card. We're not going to go in depth, you know, as in depth as a three card tarot might go. But Rose, yeah, I'm going to check out what you sent me on Buy Me a Coffee, Rose. And if you're interested in doing a little reading, I might have some time later today if you want to hang out. You know, we get in it to win it. Like I said, once you've pulled the trigger, then I'm working for you. I saw him in Montreal, and Bruce Dickinson was speaking French. Wow, that's amazing. That dude was a dynamo, man. Do you know that he bought a 747 to fly those guys around in? Iron Maiden had their own 747 that they flew from show to show to show. He said, "Hey, it's better than a tour bus." They flew that thing to India, man. They flew it to Japan. What a fucking thing, man. That was absolutely easily my favorite rock opera band, like operatic rock and roll. Just prior to them, I went from AC/DC, Iron Maiden to Slayer. Those were in order of appearance. My three favorite. I was a bit of a Hessian. I was big into fucking gangster rap too, though. I liked Eazy-E and MWA, DJ Quick, right, Dr. Dre, all those fucking hoodie niggers. Just because I grew up with them. I mean, they were right there. They kicked my ass routinely. You know, I saw Eazy down at the Compton Swap Meet. He said, "Little white boy, get that white boy up here." And he shook my hand, man. I bet that's on film somewhere too. They don't let us have access to all the film they've taken of us. You know, there's no way you can get that. Like I was trying to find clips of Eazy-E from the TV, and I found like one clip where he was talking about, you know, people saying the N-word. And I was like, nigga this, nigga that. Who was your nigga last year? Looks like YouTube just cut that when I said that. Is that word so foreboding that you can't even say it, even if you grew up in the hood? Getting your teeth knocked out? Yeah, that's a documentary. It's called Flight 666. Really? How fascinating, man. I'd love to see that. I should search the internet and do that. Yeah, Slayer was the fucking ticket, man. Rain in Blood, Seasons in the Abyss, Hell Awaits. Learn the sacred words of praise. Hail Satan. That shit was dark, man. I'm surprised our parents let us listen to that. I guess they didn't let us listen to it. I think the truth of the matter is that, I remember one time, here's a funny story. I was like, I don't know, maybe 11 or 12, and I went to spend the night at another kid's house, and he had albums all over the place, like Kiss, and he was into mostly the hair rock, like White Snake and Motley Crue and stuff like that. And my mom, she's like, okay, you could spend the night there, but I got to come check out the scene and see what you guys are up to. And she comes over, and her mom lets my mom right in. She's like, oh yeah, come over. The kids are in the den, you know, they're hanging out listening to some records. And she comes in there, and my mom's kind of a holy roller at the time. And this guy's got posters up everywhere. And we're listening to, like, I don't know, something crazy by White Snake or Kiss or something. And she's like, oh my God, a den of iniquity. And she grabbed me by the fucking hair and she took me home. She said I could never hang out with that kid again. And they took the very next morning, they took me down to the barber and shaved my head because I had kind of grown out my hair kind of long. And yeah, I could tell you the blowback from that one, but I'm not going to. All right, good fucking magic, man. I guess if you got a question for the tarot guys, we got time for one more card. We got about 15-20 minutes left here on the show this morning, and put it all in caps, and I'll be able to see it because there's quite a thing, man. What a turnout, man. What a treat to see you guys. So many of you guys hanging out with old Frank Monday and stopping by to say hello. I really do appreciate that. That's good magic in my mind. Good magic, man. I'm gonna take a 2-minute music break so I can have myself a bit of the wacky tobacco, and then we'll get right back into it, guys. We'll do one more reading if anybody needs one. I'm gonna play that. The only song I got queued up is this one.
Eagles flying high, cats on the prowl, devils in your bed, their whispers so loud, witches on my heels, so they'll steal, running in the dark, truth they conceal, blood on the walls, splattering a sink, God can't help the dead, no time to think. Hounds howl at night, shadows in the light, fear in every breath, eyes wide with fright, cards dealt by fate, no way to escape, threads getting tight, can't see the daylight, blood on the walls, spattering a sink, God can't help the dead, no time to think. Cards dealt by fate, no way to escape, threads getting tight, can't see the daylight, blood on the walls, splattering a sink, can't help the dead. No time to think.
All right, all right, all right, all right. There it is, there, guys. That was Dweller of the Dark, Magic Runs Deep album here on YouTube. You guys can find him quite easily. Just jam over there to your YouTube search engine or whatever and type that in. I don't know why this format on Restream is fucking with me, but it is what it is. And I'm going to check the chat right now. Thank you for standing by. That was a lovely little musical interlude. And as you guys know, cross promotion is what I'm all about here on this channel. So let me start off this the second segment here at the 2-hour mark by reminding you to check me out on www.buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday. And we have someone in-house who bought the ticket, took the ride, and pulled the trigger. So Rose 77, thank you for that. Thank you for visiting me there. And if you guys don't know, Rose has a channel. I think you can search it just by @Rose777, right? Type in the boob tube doobly doo, right? youtube.com/@Rose777. Am I correct in saying that, Rose? Is that the way they would find you? And she produces, she's actually producer for another show called Crow R and Crow 777. I believe that's correct as well. I've been trying to pay attention, and now that you're in my sights, I'm definitely going to be paying quite a bit more attention. Okay, so we have enough time to do one more tarot reading before I gotta wander off into the abodes of the future and get busy doing stuff like housework, cooking and cleaning, and all of those other wonderful things that make the world go round. That's my question if no one else has a question. Okay, I saw that. I mentioned Dweller of the Dark. As you guys may know, he does audiobooks and stuff, a lot of fun. And then I asked Rose, I couldn't see your question, so could you repost it, or maybe you hadn't asked it yet? I'm looking for all caps. I don't see all caps. And I believe I'm correct in her YouTube address. Posts of the fall are very good. All right, I'm going to look through it on my phone, guys, because I can't see shit on this fucking restream. I'm putting on my glasses. Bear with me. Just a moment, please. I'm clicking on the link. Oh, it says we got 3 people watching. Good magic. And 5 people hit the like button. Thank you so much for that, guys. That really helps out the video, they say. I did. Oh, you didn't do all caps. Okay, let me see where it is, then I'll look for it. I was wondering how September 7th was going to go for me. Ooh, how mysterious. I was wondering how September 7th was going. Okay, I see it now. And sorry to make you retype it. I apologize. I've got my reading glasses on now, and I can see it there on the restream. Is that what this place is called? Yeah, restream. All right, good magic. Yeah. So let's find out. I'll go live for this, guys, so you guys can watch me. Make sure I'm not cheating, right? Let me see. There it is. There's the camera. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, creator also of Lord Tahuti, God of wisdom and of utterance and of magic. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Please distinguish for us and discern this sacred date for most mysterious Rose 777 9/7/2025 in the year of our Lord Jehovah. Holy art thou, Lord. Coming forward now with great sincerity and earnestness, please respond to us through your sacred and mysterious glyphs known as the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. We agree, Rose. Yes, you agree to accept this response, whether it shows you good fortune or misfortune. 3 knocks. Abrahadabra. And the cut. Top card coming at you. All right, I'm going to set it down. I'm gonna set it down right there. I'm not gonna look at it yet. And let's see. Okay, you ready? You ready for the reveal? Let me know if you're ready. Ooh, I can see it. Ooh. Okay. Because we've got a bit of an interesting one, right? And you may even know more about it than me. I believe it's called the Lord of Victory. But what kind of victory, right? The Seven of Swords. And isn't it fucking magic how powerful the Book of Thoth is? Right? We're moving in to, I believe, and oh no, yeah, we're moving into an Earth. Okay, so we're in an Earth sun sign, but let me I don't have my calendar worked out right now. I'll have to look. But that's the second time I've drawn a tarot card for you, and it's the second time I've drawn a 7. So 7 definitely is your magic number, right? Always the fucking 7s. That's how unfailingly accurate the tarot is. It's mind-boggling, right? It doesn't care what you think. It's going to tell you exactly what's going on. So on the 7th, you're going to be working through the energy of the 7 of Swords, which needs some patience, and you got to stay focused on your desired outcome, and then you'll be able to make your way past all competing circumstances, because traditionally this shows one of contentious encounters, right? So sneaky the Sword of Sevens, right? It's strategic and straight up deception. So it's the energy of I'll just slip out the back and don't need to tell them everything, right? It's a card that isn't always malicious, but at its core, it's about self preservation. So you're going to find yourself in a contentious situation for some reason. And you're going to need to protect your own ideas, operate solo, and try to avoid confrontation, because you know that the sword slices in both directions. And you don't want to come off like being a smartass, right? Because that will always backfire on you in these situations. Yeah, patience and focus is what is what is in order. But 7s are victory too. That's right. 7s of Swords, 7s of Wand, 7s of the Chariot. Again, we just reviewed that one because we drew it for you as well. 7 of Wands, is right after riding into victory and receiving the laurels. But yeah, kind of a fun thing, right? The way the tarot works. My own interpretation of dealing with 7s of Swords, is that there's a fine line between strategizing and undermining oneself, self sabotage, and so uh, it's not about loud declarations at this point. It says it's a whisper in the dark. Maybe someone about around you is being shady, evasive, or mysterious. But yeah, good magic to you. No, thank you for the question. Thank you for the opportunity to serve, and thank you for the opportunity to interact, and thank you for visiting me at Buy Me a Coffee. That's really something, connecting on a deeper spiritual level and making a gift from the heart. That's not always easy for people to do, and I respect that, and I respect this platform here that we're generating. I'm not one of those guys that's running out there trying to do panel verse, drama verse. I think it's horse shit, and I'm not going to get involved. I've been pulled in a little bit, and I think it's fun and games too. But when we're spending time here together in private and we're doing good magic, then it's all about the uplifting message of trying to find answers together. Let me consult the advice section that they give here. I've got a website that I can look at real quick. Thank you for that. That's so kind of you. I mean, what a thing. What a pleasure to meet you finally too. Because I had heard about you. Your reputation had preceded you, and I was interested. But there were a lot of trolls and haters out there trying to talk some serious shit about you. And I always consider the source. So when I thought about who was actually saying that, I'm like, that doesn't sound accurate. I got to find out for myself. And that's when I first watched your show a couple of times from the shadows, lurking. So we get an advice section here, and it says, move smart, not shady. Reflect on your intentions. Are you protecting your peace? Are avoiding accountability? Are you being resourceful or manipulative? There's nothing wrong with keeping your plans quiet. Just make sure your silence isn't cutting you off from making genuine connections. Sometimes the boldest move is to trust. Now, I always say this. I say that he who does not trust enough will not be trusted. But at the same time, in the practice of magic, it's to know, to dare, and to be silent. So you don't need to reveal anything that you don't think you have to. And I think that's probably the better course to take, right? And I think that you're smart enough and you're seasoned enough and you're wise enough and knowledgeable enough in all kinds of esoteric affairs and the occult that you know when it's appropriate to move in the shadows or to come out in upright and openly in the light of day. And typically most of our machinations should remain silent and in our heart, because we know that through the system of magic there's really something devaluing about telling people one's dreams and aspirations. And like here, I was wondering how September the 7th was going to play out, and I noticed that was very mysterious. You didn't say, here's what's going on September 7th and here's why I want to know, right? And those things aren't important to a tarot reading, right? You get the reading, you interpret it, if it resonates with you and it applies, and if you're working with someone who maybe has done the work to receive hidden information and reveal secrets. I could take this card and I could set it there and I could start digging more deeply into it and find out, but that's not my place to do that. And I might do it later and figure out on my own what's going down. And all will be revealed in due time anyway, right? And I'm in no hurry. So yeah, good magic, and thank you for the opportunity to share with you, beloved, and to do that. You guys, I've run out of time here. I've gone way past the 2-hour mark, but I thank you for tuning in. I thank each and every one of you, Rose especially. What a thing to have you here. I mean, you're kind of a big deal on the internet, here in the boob tubes, and you're making waves and doing good magic. So you guys go check her out. Go check out her channel, watch all of her videos, hit the like button on each and every single one of them. Take the time and due diligence to leave a comment on all of them. I think that 90% of the people out there, whether you're hearing this now or later, you ain't got nothing better to do. Get in there and do some deep diving on Rose's channel and leave a little comment. Noah, good to see you. Good looking out. I appreciate you stopping by. Noah Mikhael, thank you for that. I didn't even notice that Donald Piasik came by. I didn't see his question and I didn't answer it because I was engaged, otherwise preoccupied. But no, I haven't seen Poets of the Fall. I'll definitely check it out though. I'll write it down. So good looking out. Thanks for stopping by. Moonrocks, always good to see you. Signore, the Senor, Hermano, brother from another mother. Much love to you, Moonrocks. And Real to Real was here as well. I see that. Good looking out. Nice to see you, Donald. Real to Real. Guys, I'm going to wind it down. I will finish off today's transmission with the invocation of total integration, and I'll do it live so that you can see that I'm doing it from memory and not from anything else. Alina Berube, first time. Don't let it be your last time. Hit the sub button. Nice to meet and see you. And I'm grateful that I had an opportunity to read for you as well. And I think that's everyone that chimed in the chat box. There was the very first transmission in the ideas box from what I think might have been a liar, but at least it added some humor. I'm suspicious that might have been the leader of Team Evil. He likes to stop by and add humor, he or she, however she may be presenting that day. And yeah, funny stuff though. Good magic nonetheless. And I thought that was a good call by Noah. Right? So funny. Good looking out, Noah. Appreciate that. So yeah, that's the rewind. Good magic to all of you guys. Real to Real, Rose, everyone, Noah, everybody out in Happy Land. Okay, let me camera up so you guys can see I'm doing this from memory. The invocation of total integration to finish off as I send you into and let me know, Rose, in the idea box, if you guys are going live later today or you want to do an after party, or if someone else has something going on right now, we all can run over there and what do they call it, raiding the channel. So if there's a channel that you guys need me to raid, then just put the name in the chat box right now and we'll do that. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, let me pray. Invocation of total integration. This one is brought to us from Master Magician Ni Hua Ching of the Universal Society of the Integral Way. I memorized this when I was like 15 years old, and I've said it pretty much every day, if not 15 or 20 times a day since I learned it. So here it goes. Heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous universal law. As that original oneness expresses itself, gross and subtle energies are distinctly divided. Our bodily caves are brightly illuminated by the three Dantian bridge points leading to spiritual immortality. The powerful spirits of the eight directions conjoin our being with the true origin of life. By the absolute order of the divine Ling Bao in the highest ninth heaven, send the positive energies of Qianlo, Danna, Dunkan, and Taishuan to destroy our spiritual obstacles and debilitate any evil influence. This order is given by the highest sovereignty. It is a jade oracle from the subtle origin. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils and lengthen my healthy years. The attained spirits respond. The evil demon king, Mo Wang, is chained to stand as my guard and servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated, dispersing all negativity. The Chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. Amen. Amen Ra. Hail unto thee who art Ra in thy rising, even unto thee who art Ra in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, Lord of magic, standeth in the prow in his splendor, and Rahor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of the night. Good looking out, Wayfarer. I hope you all good looking, sexy people. Keep doing good magic out there in Happy Land. And I will see you on the next transmission. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.